What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Big Guilty Cigars podcast. I've not been going for a minute, and the saying now I'm back. I've been going because I've been, of course, if you guys know my channel, I've been helping out doing the podcast with Rob and Sanj and Angel every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 5 p.m. on Instagram. But besides that, I went to Miami. And when I went to Miami, I met some amazing, amazing, amazing people. People that, you speak to pretty much every day, but you never met them in person. And this Miami trip uh, that I went down to, which was planned by a cigar group that I was in, I'm still in, sorry, I'm still in, that I joined about 2 years ago. And ever since I joined, these guys have became family and they are known as the Shadow. There we go. The Shadow Smokes Legion, which was created by Tony Wayne, and Tony is a special guy. If you know, I call him Lord Barris, um, because he's the pretty much the creator of the Legion, and he loves us like he loves his own family, and he does everything possible to make sure that the Legion is running right. And sometimes he does a little bit too much, and we just gotta tell him like, like don't put you gonna put too much, you're gonna put so much on your plate. But you know, I know I love Tony for everything that he's done, and just for the members and for the people that you meet. Um, you know, and this is why the Legion is so special, and the reason why I really want to give Tony his flowers while I'm here doing this review, because they kind of go hand in hand. Because I'm talking about two amazing people that I met. Well, three, including Lewis's wife. Um, this was made by a member of the Legion by the name of James Irwin, and he has a brother named Albert, and I called him the Legion of Doom. So James made this custom, lighter cutter for me, which I thought was really, really cool. He came all the way from Germany to give it to me. And I give him the finger all the time. So that's his way, that's our way of saying a German hello. So, you know, also we get pretty cool coins like this one right here, which is the exclusive Hashimoto coin. And, I made this, and, I know I went off for a tangent, but this review is really that I'm gonna do is this special Pasado uh Casa Cuevas Patrimonio, which is my favorite cigar out of their whole line. I love Casa Cuevas cigars. Um and I love Lewis and his family even more. Like, one thing I will say about just the cigar business and what I've learned is it's big but it's small at the same time. So everybody knows everybody. And for him to really take us in Miami and bring us into his house and treat us like family. Even before meeting him in person and just speaking to him the one time before, if you guys watch my show, the Big Guilty Cigars podcast, I had him and his wife Denise on there. You will see that how much I love his story from Cuban descent, and his father, and the story of his father and how he started rolling cigars, and then how Lewis ended up picking up the cigar business from his father, and now the third generation of Casa Cuevas, which his son Alec is actually picking up the baton and really getting into cigars. Alec's first cigar was actually the Casa Cueva Sangre Nueva, which got amazing reviews, and people couldn't believe that it was his first time actually putting a cigar together and actually blending it. So I'm smoking my favorite cigar in a Posado, which he made just for us for down in Miami. So if you see, I lit this already because I was talking so much before I lit it, and I didn't pull up my proper notes. So 5 minutes in, let's get it cracking. So it start. This one starts off as a Dominican origin. It also has it's a full body cigar, Colorado wrapper. It's a Honduran Corojo wrapper. Corojo is one of my favorite wrappers in a cigar. And then the binder is Habano from Ecuador, and the fillers are Dominican, Nicaraguan, and Peruvian. And so it's kind of like this bad boy back up again, and let you guys know what I taste. So I haven't done a cigar review in a really long time. So for me, when I first started doing cigar reviews with Rick, my notes were really like I could pick up notes very good, and so I kind of had to get those senses back. I used to be really good at being able to just pick out notes in a cigar. So I haven't done this in I haven't done a review in like a year. So see if I still got it. So I'm getting sweeter. I said sweeter, cedar. So like a sweet cedar type of like cedar and definitely a nice sweetness on the that and that's what I'm getting on the retro. So wow. So one thing about me is I am a fan of sweeter tobacco, and this one really hits the spot for all those things I like in a sweeter tobacco, as far as that Corojo kind of sweetness or the sweetness you would get from a Cameroon wrapper. So when I mean sweetness, I don't mean as far as a Cuba Cuba or something as far as a flavored cigar. I mean sweetness as far as the cedar. The cedar is sweet, and when you retro, you'll get notes of like a cinnamon type of. For me, it's kind of like a cinnamon type of caramel type of taste on the retro. So that's just comes with me. Everybody palate is different. So you may hear something from me, and somebody else might review it, and and they'll give and they should give something similar but not the same, because then it's just copy and paste, and that just means that they went through somebody's review. So if they're doing it themselves, they should taste something similar but not the same, and that's just in my opinion. But I'll be back in the towards the middle of the cigar just to give you guys an update, because well, I know you guys don't want to be bored with me sitting here puffing on the cigar the whole time. So back. So guys, I am back and I'm about through the first third of this cigar. And I would say if you're a big fan of sweet cedar, you're gonna love this cigar. Um, and I keep talking about sweetness like I'm some like I like kind of flavored or cigars like that, but that's not the case. Another like honestly, if you like, I had um a super magnum, and I'm trying to think. An H Upman super magnum, and and that cigar of course, it was of course, a Cuban cigar, and that cigar really kind of on the retro gives me that kind of feel to it. It's no like that H. Upman on the retro was super floral, but it did have that sweet cedar taste to it that everybody in the aroma of the cigar, everybody was like, it smell itself smells amazing. So, and one thing I learned from Ernie Carrillo is when you light your cigar, smell it and get the aroma of the cigar. So you have an idea of what you're kind of walking into. But I will say if you love, I would say kind of a cinnamon type of a sweet cedar, and it's supposed to be a full body cigar, and I would just say that every year, you know, that I of course that I smoke cigars, I've always had favorites, and this cigar, the Patrimonial, was always in my favorite just because of the flavor profile that it comes with, especially when you talk about just having that sweet cedar taste to it. But and that goes to another thing. My another favorite cigar that reminds me of this cigar a lot is the La Roma de la Cuba de Passion, which I smoked that first, and I really enjoyed that one. And then I had this guy, and this one, the first time I had it, kind of took the place of the Passion. And this cigar, it's really always in my top five cigars of the year, for me at least. But I'm gonna smoke this down, to about the final third, and I'll come back and let you guys know. All right, guys, I came back just for a quick second. I'm actually just halfway through, but I will say, getting halfway through the cigar, they say like a cigar is like a story, and I feel like this one is just getting better as it goes. I'm really starting to get that spice. So I'm starting to get that spice also with that sweet cedar on the retro. So I'm really liking this cigar right now, and I feel like this cigar itself just tells you it puts you in an amazing journey and super relaxing place, and and the flavors just really start to intensify as you go through it. For myself, I'm about 35 minutes into the cigar, on my end. So I'm about 35 minutes in, and I'm halfway through the cigar. So this if you take your time, it could maybe run your hour 15, hour 20. If you smoke like me, it could take you anywhere from 50 to an hour 10. So because I'm constantly picking my cigar up. But I will say, so far, it's the issue is, so we all got a box of these cigars. So we had a box of these cigars. Lewis signed them, which was also amazing. Because like when you speak to him, you feel like you knew him for years, not just somebody you've met for the first time. Well, met in person for the first time today, but even from when I first had him on the podcast, and we sat and we spoke for about 3 hours, it feels like you just like some people just able to get a connection. You feel like you knew him a lot longer. So enough about my personal connection to the brand, and more about the cigar itself. And just know, if the cigar was bad, I would say it doesn't matter about personal relationships. If the cigar is bad. It's nothing that a relationship could do about it. If your cigar is garbage, it's garbage. But this right here, I'm thoroughly enjoying. And I will say, This is probably one of my favorite cigar blends itself. Besides, I'm not gonna throw no mentions in there. You guys can, if you guys know me, and you already know what I smoke a lot of, so I'm not gonna go there. But this one right here is this right here could be an everyday stick for me. This is the issue. This can be an everyday stick for me, and it just sucks that they're not up here in Jersey with me. But this right here is something that I can smoke every day, right after work, like I'm doing right now, and really just able to decompress. So, you know, the burn is still even. The construction on the cigar is great, which is a plus. Construction is a very very big deal when it comes to cigars. So, but at the same time, you really test the construction of a cigar when you take the band off, because what happens is that sometimes you take the band off and the cigar just unravels. So I'm gonna get back to puffing on this, and I will see you guys about when I'm about like right down there. So see you guys again soon. I'm gonna keep enjoying my Casa Cuevas. Well, we'll see if I keep enjoying it, but so I'm about 50 minutes into the cigar now. I'm at the back end of the cigar, final third, and what I will say is that sweet cedar that I was getting before, it kind of really toned down. So now I'm not getting that sweet cedar, but I am getting more pepper and spice as I get to the final third of the cigar, and so as I transition to that into that final third, that sweet cedar kind of goes from that into um trying to find the best way to put it, because you know, it's there's still a cedar taste to it, and you still get wood, but it's not a sweet cedar anymore. So and that's something that they talk about when you're smoking a cigar, is the transitions that a cigar pulls, and towards the final third you get kind of a major kind of transition into it. Well, transitioning in the cigar. Yep, you still get that cedar, but now it's more of a definitely a spicier cigar towards the end of the cigar. So if you like a spicier cigar, the end of the cigar will really get you going. Construction is still good. There was no tears when I took the band off. Band came off clean, and like I mentioned before, sometimes when you tear out the band, it can kind of destroy the back end of your cigar, because of the fact that the band may stick, and next you have a crack. You have a crack or a little rip, and that right there will just have your cigar unravel, and it will really destroy the end of your cigar smoking experience. So, kind of at the 53-minute mark, and you know everything in the cigar has been consistent so far. Draw was good. I didn't, and here's one other key too. I didn't have to relight this not one time, which is very big. There's certain cigars that you smoke and they just keep going out. And there's nothing more annoying than every time you put your cigar down, you have to relight it. This cigar right here didn't go out the whole time, and and that's me. That's me putting it down for about a minute, and which is great. And don't get me wrong, that doesn't mean that if you go away for 5 minutes, you come back, your cigar's still gonna be lit. If your cigar's still lit after you walk away for 5 minutes, then that's a problem. That right there just means that there's some chemicals or they put something in the cigar to kind of keep it. It's just some stuff that you really don't want in your cigar. We'll just put it like that. But all in all, I must say I've had a really good experience with the cigar, and it gets stronger as you smoke it. It gets stronger as you smoke it. So that's one benefit of it, and I guess that's why they say it's full body, because the more you smoke it, the stronger it's gonna get for you. So I would suggest you eat something beforehand. And shout out to my boy Hashi. All in all, I'm gonna end this review here. Actually, you know what? I'll give a few words once I'm done with the cigar. Just my final thoughts on the cigar. So once I'm done with this cigar, I'll come back and give my final thoughts on this cigar. So what's going on, guys? I am back. I finished the cigar around the hour and 5 minute mark, and all in all, I must say I am thoroughly pleased with the cigar. I enjoyed it a lot, and so the Pasado size, I'm not sure if it's gonna be regularly available, but the regular Patrimonial is. And if you get your hands on one, I would say smoke it. Let me know what you think of it. If you are in the Miami, Orlando area, you should be able to get your hands on them. So on Casa Cuevas Cigars, or go to Little Guy Cigar Shop on Google, and you should be able to find it there. And um, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. That's a little long because I'm a very long-winded person. So without further ado, guys, you already know the vibes already. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Big Guilty Cigars. We out of here, man. You know what? I gotta give it to you guys right. That was a weak one. Peace.